Awakening is foundational in Buddhism, a cornerstone. And in fact, the Buddha's awakening, his realization, is really the basis for all of the teaching, all the meditation and practices that we have. And this awakening is also the basis and the experiential foundation of all of the Buddhist, particularly the Chan and Zen lineages. In lineage papers, when one goes through different stages in the Zen tradition, one can receive lineage papers which show that they're a part of a particular Zen lineage. The lineage papers always start with the absolute and end in the absolute. But the first stop after the absolute is the Buddha. So it's believed that that realization is part of what gets transmitted from teacher to teacher in the transmission process, the realizations of that lineage, including the Buddha's realization. So it keeps these realizations alive as each teacher embodies and expresses it to the best of their ability. But they're being a living example of that realization. Part of what happens in realization is that realization, and that I would include in realization any reference to awakening of any sort, and also cessation, which is the primary or the main realization of the Theravada tradition. But the realizations are always outside of concepts. They're outside of words and letters. And the Zen tradition will often talk about being outside words and letters. And in fact, if you go to any bookstore with a large Buddhist collection, you're going to find a huge number of books written about Zen practice. So I used to joke with my teachers that for being outside words and letters, we have an awful lot of books expressing that. Oops, excuse me. So I wanted to read the next stanza in Trust and Awakening. This is stanza 2. Any distinction, the distance between heaven and earth, awakening nibbana, acquits for or against. So any distinction, any separation that we maintain separates us from the whole, separates us from the absolute. So this is why intimacy is so important. And working with koans, intimacy is one of the most important aspects. Really, this is true of all Buddhist meditation in my experience. There's the intimacy, the closeness, the inseparability of it. And also the other component is continuity. It's staying with the meditation, it's staying with the practice, staying with the koan without separation, without putting it down. And that's what really furthers the meditation experience and also the resolution of koan.